There we have seen a reduction in debt this year, a slight reduction in the deficit. They've borrowed less than was expected, which is a good sign. However, it's still a headline-grabbing number. £1 trillion worth of debt means that for every man, woman and child in the UK, it's equivalent to £15,000 worth of debt hanging over us. And it shows, I think, the size of the problem and just how many years it's going to take to maybe unwind some of the excesses of recent years.
So in real terms, I mentioned tax rates and interest rates and what have you. What is the day-to-day impact of that level of debt hanging over ordinary folk listening to this conversation?
I have to say we probably don't feel it too much. Of course, the government have got further steps to take with the austerity cuts, and we'll start maybe feeling the pinch more there, particularly those, of course, working in the public sector. But the important thing I think that we really have to worry about, all of us, is the state of the economy, because it's no good just making these cuts and reducing slightly the amount borrowed every year. We need to see real growth. So that's really what markets are concerned with, and we'll get the first indication tomorrow morning at 9:30 when we have the latest GDP figures for the UK. So we really need to see growth start to pick up, and at the moment we're not just getting it.
Yeah, we'll be doing that one tomorrow. But we led today's story with Stephen Dorrell saying they might not even achieve £20 billion worth of cuts in the health service. How does the city react when it hears something like that?
I think at the moment the city is still giving the government time to try and tackle, I think, the debt crisis. We've seen it, of course, on a much bigger scale all the way through Europe. Markets have been relatively patient. They recognise it's not going to be a problem that's solved overnight. But what they want to see is action from governments and, of course, economies really start to recover, and we're not getting that just yet.